World of Madness SMP. Today we are going to be working on something a little different. Last few weeks we've been doing quite a bit of work on the bay. We've been doing quite a bit of work putting all of this stuff together, and it's been going quite well. I'm quite pleased with the results. This week, this episode specifically, I want to take a departure from our little projects here in the bay, and I want to head to the Nether. You can see my Nether portal just in there, just in my lab under the lighthouse. But yes, so we're going to be taking a trip to the Nether. Specifically because I want to build myself a nether tunnel. Now, during the Chrono Breach SMP, I had a design for a nether tunnel that I never actually managed to make complete. But with a few bits and pieces here and there, a little bit of assistance from all of the materials and stuff in my inventory, we should hopefully be able to at least make the first segment of the nether tunnel this episode. However, it's not the only thing that I want to do. I do also want to set up a what's the word that I'm looking for? A to-do list. There we go. I want to set up a to-do list for myself because, as some of you may know, I have fairly irritating case of ADHD. As someone with ADHD, I find it very difficult to focus on things for any extended period of time, which is why sometimes getting out episodes on time is a tad difficult for me. So in that vein of things, I want to make myself a to-do list so that I can actually have a list of things that I can do on the server to just, make myself remember how to do things, or what to do in some cases. Okay, so let me take you through this very quickly. To start off with, something that I want to get started fairly soon is the nether tunnel. But for the nether tunnel, we're going to need a ton of nether brick, which means we also need a super smelter. I also want to get started on the canals and the industrial dock, which is going to go over that way, as well as a warehouse and sorting system for all of my items, because honestly, it's getting out of hand. And I'm going to put that over at the industrial dock area as well. I want to build a library and villager trading system, which is going to go somewhere over there. I want to build an animal farm and wheat fields sort of out the back of this entire sort of area, just sort of all over this section, sort of spanning the entire thing, so that we can have something pretty out the back, essentially. I want to put a forest boundary around the edge of the town, between like the town and the wheat fields. And I want to put sort of further out along where the industrial stuff is, I want to put some old style castle ruins, which I'm quite interested in. Obviously we need more submarines, boats, cargo ships, stuff like that. I also want to build a poison shop, but that's sort of in with the cave spider farm. There's a cave spider spawner somewhere over that way, so somewhere down that way. Sort of over past the ship, which we could probably turn into a cave spider farm, which I want to put inside a poison shop. So we'll probably get that done at some point. I also want to go get some elytra and some netherite. I'm thinking that we may do some end raiding with Nightfox, who said recently that he's looking to go get some shulker boxes, so I think it might be a good idea to get some elytra, get some shulker boxes at the same time, and do a collab while we're at it. I also want to build a gold farm and an ice farm, because we're going to need a lot of gold at some point in the future. It is night. I'm going to get started on some of the materials for the nether tunnel, and I'll also start planning out an area for this super smelter, see where I want. Well, I logged on and it's raining, but despite the rain, it's actually quite a good day. So over the past few 2 or 3 days, I've been working on gathering the resources for the nether tunnel, which I now have in this box. Krizza was delightful and allowed me to utilize his gold farm to gather up the gold that I needed, and also, as an aside, he also gave me an elytra. Very, very lovely of him. He gave me an elytra, which we need to enchant with mending and unbreaking. I need to get myself an unbreaking book before I can start using that. But yes, we now have an elytra, and we have all of the resources to start building the nether tunnel. Now, when I say start, I mean very basic start. This is probably enough resources to do the first 5 blocks length of the nether tunnel. Because this is definitely not enough of the resources that we need to build the rest of the nether tunnel. Now, I am going to be heading off shortly to stream, and on that stream we are going to be digging out the rest of the nether tunnel's length before we can start putting in the actual the build segments. And once we've done that, we will be right back. I'm probably going to make it into a third-person time-lapse. I will time-lapse the stream, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. So I'll see you right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we did a stream last night. No, that's not right. I mean, we did do a stream last night, but that's not the point. Last night we managed to get quite a bit of work done on the nether tunnel. But it is only 1/5 of the total amount of mining that needs to be done, and even then it's not complete. There's a lot of stuff that still needs to get done before the whole thing can be finished off properly. And I didn't realize quite how much digging and building is going to be required for this nether tunnel. And when I say I didn't realize, I mean that the original tunnel design was calculated for a distance much smaller than the distance that we have here. That is 1/5 of the tunnel. And I can't even see the other end of it. And that's how high it needs to go. This is how deep this is massive. This is so big. I didn't realize quite how big this was. Like, this is only 1/5. There's a lot more to go. There's a lot more mining that needs to be done. All of this roof section needs to be cleared out. And then there's all of that throughout the entire basalt delta that we need to dig through as well. I'm probably going to do a lot of this off camera, like the Bay project. This is turning out to be quite the mega project, unexpectedly. But
I don't want to leave you all in the dark as to what this nether tunnel is going to look like. So, we're going to move some materials into the nether, and I'm going to start work on the first segment. So, the first, like, section that goes right here at the beginning of this tunnel. And I will maybe time-lapse that. We'll see. Alright, so my supplies have been moved down into the nether, and I'm about to start building. But as I was moving supplies, I noticed something weird. Now, obviously, weird stuff does happen on the server on occasion, but it's never happened to me specifically. So what happened was, I was checking my inventory for my usual supplies. Obviously, we've got ice and stuff. And I noticed that my water bucket was missing. Now, usually this wouldn't be a problem because water buckets, they're a dime a dozen. They're not hard to get. But the water bucket had been replaced with 23 red nether brick stairs. Now, I don't know how it happened. I know that I haven't crafted any red nether brick stairs. I know that I've not dug any up. I don't think they spawn naturally in the world. So, either this is just a really weird one-off game glitch, or something fucky is going on. And I'm not sure which I would be more concerned about. To be quite honest, both seem equally weird. But anyway, I'm about to get started on building the first segment of our nether tunnel. And I think I'm going to do it in the form of a third-person time-lapse. So I do hope that you all enjoy. Oh, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, it is done, or at least the first segment of the tunnel is done. And as you guys can probably tell, the design of this tunnel is actually quite complex. It uses a lot of different blocks, a lot of different elements, powered pistons, lava in the walls. It uses a segmented design, so we can push it as far as we need to. But yeah, it is complete, and this is what the tunnel looks like on the inside. On the outside, it's nothing particularly amazing, but it's serviceable. You're only going to be really seeing the inside of this for most of the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this looks. I extended the ice path out to where the main path is undug so far. Thank you to Kuth and Drad, who I stole this ice from, because, well, they haven't been on the server in a while, so I thought I'd make use of some of their resources. And also thank you to Predicted Cyborg, or Cy, who helped me dig out this entire tunnel. With absolutely massive help. She joined me on stream the other day, and it was very, very kind of them. But yeah, that is unfortunately all I have time for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid that, generally speaking, I'm a little late on all of this. I still have to edit everything, and I'm due to upload this tomorrow. So, unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. Thank you all very much for joining me for this episode of the World of Madness SMP. I know we didn't get too much done today, but hopefully next episode we'll get a little bit more done. And maybe, just maybe, we will go on an end raid with Night Fox, depending on his schedules. But yes, thank you all very much for joining me today. It has been fun. I hope you will all join me next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and have a very good night.